Welcome again, students. We will move ahead with the new content, and this content that is so called as energy loss is fully depend on the previous talk, Bernoulli's theorem. Now we had a talk about that theorem, the details about how this theorem and the various kinds of energy which are associated with the flow of fluids within the line, and what kind of energy loss we have denoted into the final equation. So little bit here we are going to describe various kind of the energy loss which is been occur during the flow of liquids. Let me move ahead with that things. So what is energy loss and why we come to discuss about this energy loss? Because we know that the law of conservation of energy, then energy balance have to be properly calculated, and it should be it must be in the balance. So when we recall about the Bernoulli equation, it is nothing but the sum of all kind of the energy which involve for the steady flow of fluid of any liquids in the ideal condition. So when we experience about the liquids which is moving through a different line, it may be get affected by different laws, and that laws is being classified into different types. First one will discuss about the frictional loss, second one loss due to pipe fitting, third one enlargement losses, and fourth one contraction losses. When we talk about the frictional losses, so during the flow of any liquids and flow of their fluids, frictional force will cause a loss in the pressure, and this fluid flow can be either viscous or turbulence, which also influence the losses, and these losses can be affected by a number of factors. So the pressure difference at that point is proportional to the velocity of that liquid, density of that liquid, length of the pipe, and one inversely proportional with the diameter of that pipe, that is d capital. Now this relationship can be better understand when you just go into the Fanning equation. Now this Fanning equation is very popular to discuss about the kind of frictional loss, and this is denoted by delta P is nothing but the pressure difference, which equal to 2Fu square L into rho divided by D, where F is nothing but the frictional factors. For when we talk about the low pressure drop, we have to recall the Hagen-Poiseuille equation, that is nothing but 32 L U and eta divided by diameter square. So this different equation will give some information about how this frictional loss could be calculated. Now when we go into the types of nature of flow of fluids, whether it is turbulent or viscous, or sometime when we have a big matter about the roughness of the inner surface of the pipe, say for example due to corrosion or some other inbuilt material damage, this roughness factor could be have a better understanding for the conditioning of pipe. So about to that roughness factor or other corrosion which has been laid down in your flow of pipe line, then we have to denote their number accordingly. That is been postulated in your book, and you will denote that number according to the roughness factor. If it is a old steel pipe, then you can take 1.6, and if it is badly rusted cast iron pipe, then you can take 2.5. If it is new pipe, then you can take 1. If it is smooth and brass and completely frictional less, you can take it 0.6. Second things or second law in particular thing, loss of energies, deal with the loss in fitting. Now we have experience about the varieties of the fitting which is been take place during the pipe. So the Fanning equation is applicable here for the loose in the straight pipe. When the fittings are introduced into the straight pipe and they cause disturbance in the flow, whether the flow is in turbulent, whether the flow is in streamline or laminar, or it may be of mixed together. So when we take it into consideration, the losses in the fitting may be due to change in direction or change in the type of fitting, which is fitting in which time is have a great matter to influence the overall flow. And then we are going to apply that equation for making the loss due to that energy. Taking into that consideration, if you take two example of two pipe, so the T fitting equivalent length, say for example 90 centimeter. Here is another example where one shape of the pipe is been given when the fluid is partially allowed in one another side and more than 75% is allowed in either side, and say for example the length of the pipe is 300 centimeter. So for that consideration, when we are applying the equivalent length of the fitting is nothing but equivalent length multiply internal diameter. So when you consider the example of globe valve for this particular, then it is 300 centimeter multiply 50. 50 is nothing but the internal diameter of that pipe. So all together in centimeter will give 1500 centimeter, so called as a 15 meter. That means this globe valve is equal to 15 meters straight line. So this length is substituted in Fanning equation, and we can just come into the know about the fluid flow of this particular viscous or any kind of the fluid within that pipe system. Now when we talk about the enlargement loss, it is nothing but the opening of pipe. If you keep it very narrow at the just beginning of the inlet of the pipe and it is been drained into a large opening surface of the pipe, and same thing vice versa, if you go into the small opening with the large opening with the small kind of flow of liquid inside that things. So the circumference diameter of the pipe will take into matter for the type of flow which we are getting in. So in sum, or in by and large, we can say if the cross section of the pipe change suddenly, then loss in the energy observed due to eddies. Eddies means nothing but the small pockets of your water or fluid which is passing through that liquid, and these are greater at this point than the straight line pipe. So you can understand here the flow of this fluid here is different than the flow of fluid after passing and just opening into large open enlargement will cause a different types of the flow. If it is given in that shape, it will also postulate with the different types of the flow of liquids. So when it is matter with your opening of your diameter of the pipe, we can say if it is small diameter has the greater influence on the flow property of liquid. If it is large diameter, it will be influence some extent. So we can say in case of the smaller diameter, it will be so far large than the larger diameter pipe while the fluid of liquid is passing through it. So for that, if we apply the sudden enlargement of the pipe where the liquid is flowing is equal to delta H equal to inside the bracket this difference between the density of these two medium, where the one opening of diameter of U1 and you just experience with here the second opening of your pipe that is mu2, and when we take a difference between two of them and square and divide by 2g, you are getting here delta H, that is loss of heat due to sudden enlargement. When we talk about the contraction loss, now if the contraction loss is considered into the pipe, that means something is going and moving inside your line where there is some restriction to flow. Say for example a big large diameter pipe flowing a liquid, when it is suddenly attached with the small orifice and it is again drained into large pipe, then from the flow of liquid through that small orifice, when it is going into enlargement of the pipe, is moving in the different way. So that is nothing but you are experienced with the one of particular phenomena that is called as a vena contracta. It is more widely used term in case of the venturimeter, where this thing is going to be happen while operating that venturimeter. So ultimately we can define the vena contracta. If the cross section of the pipe is reduced suddenly, the fluid flow is disturbed and the diameter of the fluid stream is less than the initial value of the diameter of this point of the minimum cross section, which is known as the vena contracta. So this from the earlier we experienced that the velocity of the fluid at the smaller cross section will be greater than at the larger section, and obviously we know that things. So here you may find here one is maybe for negligible because it is a very small to consider the flow velocity, while u2 is the large, so we should take into consideration, and considering all this situation, sudden contraction can be defined at delta he equal to k into u square divided by 2 into g, where delta he is nothing but the loss in head due to the sudden contraction in meter. K is the constant, again depend upon the type of pipe, and then this u2 is nothing but the velocity, it is described in meter per second. So if you consider that these two example where you experience with the vena contracta, it is nothing but the type of change in the flow pattern observed when the certain velocity of the fluid is passing through that orifice. So all these things are very much useful while considering the loss of energy due to the flow of these fluids. Thank you very much, and you may get this reference from the same books where you will find these things which is already been stipulated this matter. Thank you very much.